Ustream is too sensitive. Are we live?
Yes, see the thing
Yes,
going
okay.
up there. Okay. Yay! You have 3 nomads standing by to take your questions. So please go ahead and ask them up in the chat box, which is in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. We're open to questions about lighthouses. We're open to questions about life on the road, taking care of animals.
Somebody said yes.
Yes.
We're open to, that's the answer, so we have to make up a question that is yes. This is like Jeopardy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we awesome?
Yes!
Okay.
Are we lighthouse hosts?
Yes!
Can we tell us about the public campground here? So we are at Cape Blanco State Park.
It is probably one of the nicest state parks I've ever been in, and that says a lot. It's gorgeous here.
For me, I think it's the nicest state park on the Oregon coast, and we've done almost all of them. They're $20 a night for water electric hookups.
They're all first come, first serve, which is kind of unique. It's fun, so you can't make a reservation, and if you get in and get a good site, you can keep it for 2 weeks.
Yes. And the one downside, the dump station at this park has been closed for over a year now.
Good point.
And I don't think it's slated to reopen anytime soon. So dump before you come, and then make your tanks last. One of the perks of being hosts here is you get hookups, but the regular sites, there is no dump station.
But the sites are all very private and very nice.
And some of them even have ocean views.
We have a question. How many people...
So actually, it says, how far ahead do you need to apply to be a host? So I think Greg will start taking reservations up to a year in advance, right?
Yeah, you can apply now. You can apply anytime. We got in last year just a month before we needed to come because there was a cancellation. But otherwise, it's probably best to apply ahead of time. And you guys...
We kind of got lucky. We applied
in May to do July. We had to cancel, of course, because of our engine rebuild. And when we were back on the road, that was mid-August, and we contacted the ranger here, and he said he still needed someone for September. So there does seem to be a good number of last-minute spots available. So if you're not a planner, we're not planners.
Although we are planning to come back we are all planning to come back next year.
Yes,
it's so
yes.
awesome.
We get first dibs.
Awesome.
We get first dibs on September, so we're taking it. Okay.
How many people come through a day?
So it's been about 100, 125 tours a day.
Yeah.
Summer was 250, right?
Yeah, summer it can get 250 to 300 even a day, and then now we're around 150 a day, sometimes 100, something like that.
Yeah, so it's September, definitely you start to get less folks out here. Someone asked what are the best months. September and October are rumored to be the best months.
Yeah.
September is probably the best month just about anywhere.
It's ours. You guys can't have it. Sorry.
Yeah. But, I mean, most of summer is not too bad. Summer gets very windy here. But it can be very, very beautiful as well.
What months were you here last time?
We were here in August last year, and it was very windy. We did spend a lot of time wearing our long underwear, but you do get spectacular days as well. So I think summertime, October you start to get into the rain. Spring apparently is quite nice too.
We have a question, someone would like to know our thoughts on wide-body classic bus RVs versus multiple slides.
That would be for you guys.
Well, versus multiple slides.
Oh, multiple slides. All right.
So I don't know where folks are coming from. Some of you might be Nina's blog readers, some might be ours, some of you might be followers of both of us. Chris and I travel in a narrow-body bus. Nina and Paul travel.
We have a 4 slides.
They have all the slides.
Yeah.
None of them are water slides, though, unfortunately.
No, none of them are water slides.
Thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Water leaking slides, yes.
So Chris and I, we intentionally did not want slides. We like the simplicity of not having other things to break, less worry about installation issues, less leak issues, and less to have to set up and take down when we're going in and out of a site.
We wanted slides mostly for the space. I mean, the slides do provide a lot of space, but going back to Cherie's point, the only problem we've had with our RV in the past 4 years has been a slide issue. And it was a leak in the slide, a misalignment in the slide. So they do potentially give you more issues, but they do also provide a lot more space.
Right. So in that said, we get space envy. When we're socializing with Paul and Nina, we're usually
mostly at our place.
we come to their place, but because she cooks. So, that does it. But we host our spots.
And they make good guacamole.
I've got to make some tonight, by the way. I've
Yes,
got a lot of
we have a
avocados
lot
to
of
do tonight.
Really, really good.
So, yeah, I'll be going back. Avocados.
Okay, so someone says, are you getting paid for hosting
yes.
or just the site? No, there is no financial
No cash, but they gave us jackets that we get to keep.
Yes, we all get our jackets.
We get hats that we get to keep.
Volunteer.
We get name tags we get to keep. And we got water bottles we got to keep, too. I mean, that's pretty substantial, I'd say.
And we get the free full hookup site.
Yeah, so it is a volunteer position. There is no financial compensation. This really isn't what's considered work camping. Because we are volunteers. And requirement of volunteering here is living on site, so they provide the full hookup site for us to live here.
It's about 17 hours a week that we volunteer.
Right.
15 to 17.
Right, and the value of the site, Oregon State Parks charge $24 a night for a full hookup 50-amp sewer site. So the value of our site is $720 a month. You divide that by the approximately 136 hours each of us will serve for the month, or each couple will serve for the month. It comes out to about $5.80 an hour if you're looking at it as a financial thing.
Per person?
Per couple.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
$2 and something.
No. It's 136 hours total that each
Oh,
couple
got
will
it.
serve.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's way less than minimum wage, put it that way.
Yeah.
You're not in it for the financial gain.
Yes, but we love it. It's just so much fun. It's beautiful here.
It's
we get
fun
to
to
live
host.
in this gorgeous location, wonderful neighbors, and it's fun to share the history and the location with visitors here. I mean, people who come here are excited about lighthouses.
Yeah, and don't do this if you don't like lighthouses.
Or don't like people.
Or don't like people.
Yeah.
Don't do this sort of job if you don't like the basic thing you're trying to share about. We all think lighthouses are awesome, so.
And you do get to spend a month in a really pretty place where you would otherwise not be able to spend the month. You would have a 2-week limit.
Yes, that is the other perk. Let's see. So I think Paul or Chris are going to have to get on top of one of those motorhomes, stretch out your right hand with a cell phone, touch your nose with your left index finger to get a better signal.
I've done every possible signal dance you can imagine.
Yeah, we can all do the signal dance here. Yeah, we all have boosters set up in the RV. Unfortunately, the one that gets to this AT&T iPad is not.
It's currently set up in the bedroom so Cherie can watch Star Trek Voyager at night on our Netflix streaming. So if we were going to do this Q&A, we'd be coming from bed, and it'd get a little crowded with the three of us. And
then we'd have to do pay-per-view for that version.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Okay, so what are your favorite places to winter?
Oh, Southwest for us, hands down. We love the desert because there's lots of BLM land. We can camp for free practically all winter, and the weather's generally really good. So we pretty much exclusively winter in the Southwest.
And we tend to winter in Florida. So that's why we don't get to meet up with these folks too often, is we're usually on opposite sides of the coast. We have family in Florida, so that's what tempts us back to Florida every winter. And as many of you know, we spent the last 3 years caretaking my father, so we routed around the southeast a lot.
And we are planning Cedar Key again this winter too. Oh, yeah.
Right, we are planning.
We've got a reservation.
Yeah, we have a reservation for January for Cedar Key again this year. One winter, I would love to do an Arizona thing.
It'll probably be the winter they do Florida.
Yeah,
probably, yeah, because Paul has family in Florida, so we'll probably swap over right that winter.
Okay.
Can we smell campfires?
They're not too bad.
Okay. Love to meet other people. Awesome.
Okay. 2 couples per month. There's actually
4
total Lighthouse couples per month, and you rotate. There's kind of a 3-day schedule that you rotate on. You do the afternoon, and then you do full day, then you do morning, then you have a day off, and everybody has Monday and Tuesday off.
Mm-hmm. It's a great rotation. It's very fair.
Yeah, you get about 3 days off a week.
Yep, and no one gets like the good shift because you're always rotating through all the different shifts. Everyone's working morning shifts. Everyone's doing all-day shifts. Everyone will get a Saturday and a Sunday. Everyone will get a Saturday off at some point. So, no one is getting... On the flip side, I don't think in any of my years of being nomadic... Now, I always had problems knowing weekdays from weekends. I am more messed up in knowing what day of the week it is than I ever have been being here.
And just so you know, if you volunteer at another lighthouse, it'll probably be a little different. We volunteered at Coquille River, which is just north of here, and the schedule there is 5 days on, 2 days off. So every lighthouse is a little different, even within the same state.
All right, someone has invited us both to park at their place near New York City. Jean Salvatore. Make sure you email us that information because there's no way we can look you up off of your Ustream ID name. So please do email that invitation. I do keep a list of invitations that we've gotten, and when we come to different areas, we look to see what interesting people we can meet up with in our travels. We love meeting up with people in our travels. Oh, good. It's 99 degrees in Arizona. I think we'll wait a couple months before we get there.
Yeah, you got to wait a little while. We're not going to be in the desert before mid-November. You want to wait till mid-November, December.
Yes.
What is the name of the campground we're at?
Okay, so you might have missed that one. We're at Cape Blanco Lighthouse.
And it Cape Blanco State Park.
State Park. It is a state-run park. Have any of you been through U.S., Mexico, or Canada customs with pets? We have not crossed borders with our pets.
We have not either. I mean, we've done it before RVing.
Right, because you took them to Hong Kong, right?
Right, yeah. So, I mean, we've done it before RVing, but not in the RV. I think basically all you need is a rabies certificate. Sometimes you might need a bill of health, but most people say it's not a problem.
Right, yeah. I don't think I've encountered anyone who's had trouble as long as they have the proper paperwork done for their pets. I think they tend to have more problems with alcohol and guns and plants.
Yeah. Oh, they did Hasita Head. Yeah, we did Hasita Head tours and stayed at Carl Washburn.
Yeah, so each lighthouse assignment. So Oregon State Parks, there was an article on our blog that we did just this week that goes through how to get this job, what the requirements are. And then if you want to work with the Oregon State Park system, you just go to OregonStateParks.org, click on volunteer, and then the host information is all there. They even keep a list of what the current openings are, and you just fill out an application and or contact the park of your choice and kind of make direct connections with the ranger there. And that's how you get in. It's really simple and easy.
And in addition to the lighthouse, this particular park, they also have the historic Hughes House, which is an 1870s, 1880s historic house that has a couple that is stationed there, and there's a lifeboat museum, and there's a few day use areas, so there's a lot of other opportunities.
There's camp host sites, yeah.
And then there's the traditional camp hosting things as well.
Yeah, and there are multiple lighthouses in Oregon that do volunteering, and lots of other volunteer positions too.
Hey, Clark.
Hey, Clark. Nice for you to join us. So Clark's he's heading up to the sugar beet festival, harvest.
Festival,
yes. You call it festival.
It's more fun. They pay you to fest.
So I'm really curious to see how that aspect of work camping goes for you guys.
Somebody did respond about crossing the border with pets. They said they need to have a health certificate within 72 hours of crossing into Mexico and did not get asked for anything in Canada. So that's from a commenter.
All right. Are there any other questions you have? You've got 2 RVing households represented here. Let's see, someone says the next RV project for us boosting our capture of Wi-Fi signal when camping. Is that covered in our book? Yes, that is heavily covered in the book. The mobile.
Get the book. It's a good book.
The mobile internet handbook.
Non-paid endorsement.
Yeah, non-paid. Well, by guacamole maybe.
Wow.
Okay.
That means we get to write off the guacamole ingredients.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yes, we did write a book on internet and RVing. That's the mobile internet handbook, and you can find that on our blog. It is available in PDF, Kindle, iBooks, EPUB, and print.
Yes. Okay. Will we do the Lighthouse Tour again? This will be archived. The video will be put up. So there'll be that, or you can come out here while we're still here. You got a few more weeks to come out and give a tour in person.
Yes, so when Mr. Lighthouse Tour, we will not be doing the live video stream tour again, but we will be putting up the tour on YouTube. Just check our Facebook page. I'll be putting a link, or you can go to our website. Now I have a link there to all of our chat archives. So the video tour of the Lighthouse that we did at 4 o'clock this afternoon will be put up in the archives as soon as I get back to the motorhome and can click the button that does that. What do you find most difficult while RVing?
Oh, goodness, that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't find RVing that difficult, to be honest. We love the lifestyle. We kind of came into it and we loved it. I don't know. You'll find people will have different issues. Some people have issues with space. Some people have issues with moving. Some people have issues being in a couple. But, I mean, you guys did like a whole video chat on this very thing, right?
Yeah, but it's overall not difficult.
It's really not that difficult.
It's not difficult.
A lot of some of the common things that happen for folks is when you first hit the road, it's very tempting to go and see it all, and you can get exhausted very quickly by doing too many miles. We're very different paces. You guys do about 2,500 miles a year?
Yeah, we do very low mileage.
And we do about 6,000 to 8,000 miles a year now. We slowed it down. We used to do 13,000 miles a year. But it's all about finding your own pace and mixing it up. Most difficult, it's also breakdowns can
yeah, but you handle.
Houses break, things break down.
I found having a 40-mile each way commute a lot more difficult than life on the road in an RV. Yeah.
Any generational observations? You all are younger than typical RVers.
That's
we just look
generally
that way.
true.
We just have really good health. We're all really 80 years old.
Yeah, I'm really 80. Look at that skin. Yeah.
Yes, we're all in our early 40s. Chris and I hit the road when we were 33. You guys were...
Yeah, we were just barely turning 40 when we hit the road, yeah.
So,
but yeah, I mean, you do meet a lot of RVers that are generally older,
but they tend to be young at heart. I mean, that's amazing. What happens is people who embrace this sort of lifestyle just have a youthfulness to them that they're still capturing and embracing, and it's completely inspirational. It makes me not afraid to grow older.
Yeah, I mean, we've met tons of older RVers that we have really gotten along with very, very well.
Many peers. People who make these sorts of choices, no matter what their physical age is, there's some commonality in peership that happens.
The other two host couples here for Lighthouse hosting are older, and they're fabulous. They're absolutely great, and it's a great mix of energy.
Yeah, the difference is because we're still in our income earning years, and we all have to keep, we're not getting pension payments, we're not getting Social Security payments or anything like that, so we are having to keep our incomes up. Chris and I do software development, write books, do technical consulting, and you guys...
Yeah, Paul does full-time investing, and I do a little bit of writing, so yeah, we all have stuff that we work on in between our volunteering.
Yes.
Yes, we are going to Cedar Key this winter. We just answered that. How many miles on average? I think you guys all just mentioned that.
So how many miles on average do you guys cover in a month?
A month.
So by month is very difficult to... because
this month
that varies a lot. This month is 0?
Yes.
Awesome.
So Chris and I, we like to mix up. So if we feel called to doing miles, we'll do miles. And then we like to be still for a while, somewhere for a while. And it's just a matter of getting in tune with what your own pace is and what you want to, how much you want to do. I mean, how far do you want to go? We have families spread across the country, so we tend to do a lot of miles and crisscrossing the country multiple times a year. We might spend 2 months crossing the country, or we might say, we just want to get there, and we'll do it in 2 weeks. I think the Geeks on Tour are still, Geeks on Tour here. They just did a cross country in a week to get to Jim's father's internment at Arlington.
Yeah.
So they just did the cross country. You can do it. You can go quick if you want to, or you can take it slow and make an adventure out of it. And there's no right or wrong way about it. How do you all deal with health insurance?
I try not to.
Man.
Sometimes you have to call by phone, but usually
Isn't that like a whole separate chat?
that could be a separate chat or maybe a drinking session.
Yeah. So the health insurance one is probably too complicated of an issue to cover as a quick question, and we do have a chapter on that in the No Excuses Go Nomadic series that's linked to off our blog that goes over a lot of the common stuff. And one of the projects that we have coming up that we want to start doing is we are currently rewriting the No Excuses series. And we're probably going to start doing a video talk on each chapter as we come out with the new chapters. So we'll be able to get more into the extensive stuff to talk about health insurance. That's just a very complex topic.
Yeah, I think most young couples will end up with a high deductible health insurance. Yeah. That's the short answer.
Yeah, that's what all 4 of us have. We all have high deductible HSAs with PPO networks that are fairly nationwide. That's the short answer.
Things may all change here soon.
Right. So we're kind of holding off until we see how the exchanges go through and everything else. So stay tuned. That is something we do plan to talk more about that at a future date. What happened to the wood-burning stove in the lighthouse, and was the old oil room a separate room?
There used to be a wall across the center there.
Yeah. So like we said in the video tour, there was a wall. The oil was a separate room. And I do not know what happened to the wood-burning stove when they took that out. That would have been taken out back in 1887.
Yeah, it would have been taken out once they took out the lard because they no longer needed to heat the oil.
Right.
Kerosene, they kept it outside the
Yeah.
lighthouse. So when the oil was inside the lighthouse, it was in that separate kind of half-divided room there. And then 1887, they switched to kerosene. They took the oil out of the lighthouse and put it in a separate oil house.
Yep. And going to a different topic, can you stay overnight at Interstate Highway rest stops? Sometimes I see several RVs late there at night. That all depends upon the state.
Yeah.
Each state has their own rules on how many hours you can stay overnight, stay in a rest stop area, and then sometimes that can vary by rest stop. Our app, State Lines, actually does. State Lines actually. Yes. Sorry, we've been giving tours all day long. So our app, State Lines, which is available for Android and iOS, does actually include those laws in it, so that you can know before you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have nothing to add to that.
Okay. So I think we probably should be wrapping this. Cats or dogs or both?
Both.
Cats. 2 dogs. 2 cats, 1 dog.
Do you know how many animals you have?
I don't know yet. And 1 husband.
Yes, you got the husband.
Who is walking the dog right now?
Does that count as an animal?
Yes. Yeah, she really does have a husband. We have met him. He's a little camera shy, so.
Yeah.
But that's all right. And we have 1 cat, and we love dogs. We love friends with dogs, but they're a lot more work.
We like to visit dogs and borrow
We
them.
love to visit dogs and borrow them. That's fantastic. I'm going to give you guys just a couple seconds here to pop up any more questions before we say goodbye for now.
We'll just give you a little walk down and give you one final view of the waves crashing then.
It's pretty neat here.
Yes. I'll turn the camera around, give you a view, take it up the coastal. If you have any questions,
is a horrible place to spend
ask
the
them
month.
now.
Yeah. You can see why we hate it.
Yeah, so this is just steps from our campsite. That's Port Orford up the road there. The lighthouse is on the
Just
next,
around the bend.
so there's a bend over here, and the lighthouse is around the other bend. It's beautiful to watch at night, beautiful to watch during
We
the
hear
day.
seals.
Someone asked, do you often do the touristy thing or mostly do the homebody thing?
Well, I think we're all kind of homebodies.
Yeah.
We're kind of more homebodied. I'll do a little bit of the touristy
Exactly,
thing.
a little bit,
but that's not our focus. My focus is to live in amazing places, not necessarily go and see every site that's out there. But I try to mix a little bit in.
Yeah, and we probably do a little more of the touristy thing than Chris and Cherie, but we're still mostly homebody as well.
Yeah. I don't think many of us have left the campsite much at all since we've been here.
Not really.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us for our September chat. If you missed the Lighthouse Tour, that'll be up on archive soon, and we'll get that going. And we'll see you sometime in about a month, next time that we have bandwidth